live.
Fuck
All
it,
right.
we'll do it.
We will do it live. We've been doing it live. I mean, it's whatever. Who gives a fuck anyway?
I do.
Well, nobody cares about you. God,
Oh, oh,
nobody likes you.
no. Oh
All
shit,
right.
there's a soundtrack too?
Yes, the soundtrack to Moon People.
Is there seriously a soundtrack?
I wish.
Would be
No, I
great.
was talking about Black Mesa soundtrack,
Yeah.
but imagine a soundtrack for Moon People.
Probably be 3 ambient themes that he got from like from spamusic.com.
Yeah.
Something like just some royalty free music.
No. I know what music could seem to create. That
You were going out there. What was that?
crazy bus.
Yeah, you keep going out.
Better now.
Yeah.
I heard butter now, but
Crazy
yeah, I
Bus.
can still hear you.
Has nobody else heard Crazy Bus?
Crazy but yeah,
Crazy
I
Bus.
I think I've probably heard it. I don't remember though. All right,
You-
so let's get going. The job offer. Chapter 4. What was that?
He's just showing his excitement.
That's my excitement. That
All right. He is your new boss here on out. David, you report to me. Yes, sir, David answered. Then Bud said, Mr. Moon, will you show Mr. Bramer around and update him on everything new? Yes, sir, it would be my pleasure, replied Kim. Okay, good luck. Then Bud went back to his office. Kim spoke up and said, Follow me, I will show you everything there is to know, Mr. Bramer. Just call me David. Okay, just call me Mr. Moon. No, I'm kidding, just call me Kim. Okay, Mr. Kim. No, just Kim will be fine. Gotcha, David replied. David smiled at Kim. Well, Mr. Moon, what's your assessment of this meteor? Kim looked over at his assistant Martin and said, Martin, would you put the meteor on the main viewer? Yes, sir, answered Martin. Well, David said, Kim, sir, I would have to stay at the moment. I would have to say at the moment, there's not enough data, but one thing is for sure, we are going to find out because it's coming right at us. In addition, it's 10 kilometers wide. Yes, I know, David said. Everybody's like, by the way, the meteor's 10 kilometers wide, and he's like, I fucking know already, Jesus Christ.
Stop telling me about the
Matrix
diameter of a
annoyed.
fucking meteor. Jesus.
I am an astronomer, guys. I know what I'm doing with the constellations and meteors going into the sun. We were tracking it at our school.
Bullshit.
This satellite system makes our new system at school look like a toy. Well, you are at NASA, David. You're like,
You're
oh my god, the things they have at NASA are of much higher quality than the telescope that I bought at home from a store. Who would have thought? Then Kim
Personally, I'm
said,
shocked.
yeah, then Kim said it should because this is the best telescope system in the world. As they were both, why is there a comma there? It's just in a new sentence it says, as they were both looking at the viewer at the same time? There's a question mark. Why is there a... What's going on with this sentence? It says, as
Why was
they...
this book written?
As they, comma, were both looking at the viewer at the same time, question mark. There was a sudden flash of light and the meteor suddenly vanished. What happened? David asked. I do not know, Kim replied. Martin, do a system check. I'm on it, Martin answered. Then Kim said, let me check a few things here. I'm just going to zoom in on our friend. Suddenly the screen zoomed in, but there was still no sign of the meteor. Did it explode? There were large amounts of radiation all around the area. Well, it is space. Kim was asking himself. That's just a sentence. Kim was asking himself. There doesn't seem to be any debris anywhere. It's just as if it just vanished. Well, maybe we don't have to worry about the meteor anymore. David, wow, maybe. Kim, let's keep after it and do some more studies. Wait, did you see that? David, yeah, the second flash. Yes, Kim replied. Look how far away that was from where the meteor was last reported. Then David said, do you think that was the meteor? Kim answered, I do not know. Let me look at something real quick, just as I thought. the flash of light was on the same heading as our meteor was on when it disappeared. But in order for it to get to this point this quick, it would have to be doing in excess of 300,000 miles an hour. Wow, that's incredible. David, yeah, do you think that's the meteor? That flash of light. Kim, I don't know, it sure does look funny. We will keep watching it. If it flashes again and it's on the same course, we'll know something's up. Then David said, I'm going to inform Bud of what's going on. Sure, Kim said, I'm going to do some more checking and I'll get back to you. Okay, David replied, I'll use this phone. Bud answered, hello. David spoke up, Bud, it's me, David Bramer. I already have a report to make. It is kind of great news. Then Bud said, oh yeah, what is it? Bud seems kind of antagonizing sometimes.
Bud is just an asshole.
Yeah, maybe...
Nobody likes Bud.
Yeah,
Like, he just keeps him around so that he can feel better about himself and be like, I'm from NASA. I get to look down on you.
Yeah. Well, it seems our meteor has vanished off the charts in one big flash of light, David said. Are you kidding me? Bud asked. No, I'm not, replied David. We also could not find any debris either, except large amounts of radiation. And there's one more thing. We also seen a flash of light, 1 light year away. 3 minutes after the meteor vanished. It was on the same heading our meteor was on. Bud, wow, all that just happened. I'm just imagining Bud being as sarcastic as possible at everything. He's like, wow, all that just happened. Wow, David.
Well, did this meteor happen?
I just imagine him being like, he's just like this overly jock, like fucking 40-year-old man who's like, oh yeah, nerds at NASA. Fucking nerds.
He's like, can't I get some competent fucking people in here? Jesus.
Like, nobody even knows why he's at NASA. He doesn't even know how to do his job. He didn't even have a job at NASA. I bet he doesn't work at NASA. This isn't even NASA. They're just, like, in a cardboard box. Like, yep, telescopes and NASA.
Yeah, that's the, what was it? That's the twist. They're actually just children playing in a box.
I mean, that would be a lot better. It would make the grammar make a lot more sense. I just left you 5 minutes ago. Man, there's all kinds of stuff happening today. David, yes, I know, Kim, and I was just watching the big screen. The big view screen. When it happened right in front of us. We are watching to see if there are any more flashes of light even further down the same heading as our meteor's heading. Bud, what's everyone speculating? David, we're not sure yet. Nevertheless, it may be the ends of all of our problems. Then Bud said, boy, wouldn't that be a load off of everybody? Oh yes, David, before I go, I wanted to talk to you about something very important. Oh, what's that? David asked. Bud, well, I just got off the phone with the White House. We've got orders to get these base stations on their way with their missions with a full crew and supplies. I have another job offer for you. David, oh really, what's that? Bud, we need a first science officer and navigator, and also an astronomer for USS Lunar Base 1. Wait, you have a base up there with no astronomers? Like, you built the base and just didn't have anybody to put there?
It's populated entirely by monkeys.
They're fucking smart monkeys, man. Don't mind.
Yeah, they're smarter than you, David! God! The pay is excellent. You would have the rank of captain. You would be under the command of Admiral Benson. Now, I know him
Captain
personally,
Astronomer.
and not only is he pretty sharp, he's also a great guy to work under. However, it is long-term. It doesn't get any rawer than this. It takes a special kind of man to do something like this. But if you have the stones, we've got the job for you. Then David said, this is quite an offer. I've always wanted to do something like this. I was offered this a couple of years ago, but I turned it down. I didn't think it was for
Sometimes
me.
I think he's just saying this in his head. Like,
Yeah.
he's that socially awkward.
You can't tell because
You
it
can't
doesn't.
tell, though.
You can't. However, I never in 1,000 years thought that I ever would do it for real. Bud, well, think it over. I've got to make a decision quick. So let me know within the next couple of days. Until then, you can run operations on the Meteor Project. Like, he doesn't even know about this guy's experience with leading. Like, that's one of the big things in a job like this, is you need to know if this person is a good leader and can handle it. And they're just like, oh, you're a science teacher and an astrologist? Come on in! Because he keeps, like, I don't know if he understands what astrology is, and he keeps saying, like, he doesn't even say he's an astronomer. He says he's an astrologist, or he has studied astrology.
I am Captain Astronomer.
Astronomer.
Oh, this time he's carrying
a book, and it's like his notes. It's just a bunch of pictures and doodles.
It's like
He's really defensive about it.
Oh god.
She's like, guys, I have been studying the constellation of Scorpio for days, and they're like, David, that is just a drawing you made where you just circled a bunch of, like, it's a picture of a scorpion you drew. The constellation does not even look like a scorpion. It's just called Scorpio because there was some, like, some Roman guy, some Roman guy that was, there was some Roman guy that was really high, and he was like, guys, look, that's a fucking scorpion, and they were like, well, I guess... It was like some guy who was like really highly regarded, and he was really high, and he was like, guys, those stars look like scorpions. And they're like, sure, whatever, it's a scorpion. Yeah. And now I'm getting feedback.
They didn't want to get in trouble. They're just like, it's a scorpion, alright, don't worry about it.
He's actually mentally handicapped. And he's just really strong, and they're afraid he's going to beat him up if they don't agree with him.
Alright, Chapter 5.
Strong and mentally handicapped. It's the worst kind.
It is. Because they just have this uninhibited strength, where they just, like...
like Ed.
Yes, it's actually just like that. But anyway, Chapter 5, the big one. Keep me informed, could ya? David, it would be my pleasure, sir. Bud, I'll catch you later. David, yes, sir, I'll keep you informed and I'll let you know about the job, too. Have a good one. David hung up the phone and started to stare at the large monitor. Kim walked over to David and said, what did Bud say about the meteor? David, he couldn't believe it. He also offered me the position of first science officer aboard the Lunar Base 1. Kim, wow, what did you tell him? David, that I don't know, and I would have to think on it. Hey, maybe we shouldn't tell anyone about all this yet, okay? Kim, I think it's supposed to say gotcha, but it's like G-A-U-C-H-E. It's like gotcha.
It's like,
gosh. Gosh.
Like he suffered a stroke when he said the word.
And they don't say anything about it.
The book is just many strokes organized into one book.
I guess so. I've been watching the monitor and I haven't seen any more flashes. It just seems to have vanished. I also alerted the computer to tell us if there are any more flashes of light anywhere on the heading that our meteor was on before it vanished. David, well, maybe it is no longer a problem anymore. Nevertheless, we will keep on watching just the same. You never know anymore. Hopefully it will just go down in history as a big scare. Suddenly the phone rings. It's Bud. Hey, David, I have the press all over me here. I'm going to have to tell them something. Have there been any more flashes of light or anything else to talk about? Can we say we are out of danger yet?
Have we found God yet?
Yes. Did we find God, David? Did we find God? No, Bud. I am God.
What am I paying you for if you haven't found God yet?
What do you think, David? Bud, so far we have not seen any other phenomenon in the area and everything looks normal. I have to say, it does look like we might be out of the woods. You're in space, David. What are you doing? You're not in the woods.
Space woods.
Yes, the space woods. It's a new discovery.
The Wilder Zone.
Yes. I guess I would tell them that, and that we will keep on watching the area just to be sure, but everything at the moment looks great. Bud, okay, that is what I am going to say then. Hey, don't forget to let me know about that job. David, you got it. I'll call you in the next 2 days or I'll be here. And I'll let you know. Bud, alright, I'm going to go ahead and go. I have some stuff I have to get down. I'll see you later. David, alright, see you tomorrow, sir. Hey, Kim, if you want, let's go ahead and keep an eye on that meteor's heading. If you see another flash, give me a call right away. I'm going to go ahead and leave. I have a lot of things to think about and do, and very little time to do it in. Kim, alright, I'll see you in the morning. David went ahead and left and went to his house in New Smyrna Beach. As opposed to his house elsewhere. Maybe he's loaded, whatever. When he got there, he made himself a sandwich, sat down... when he got there, he made himself a sandwich, sat down, and told his computer to turn on his TV.
What the what?
In a very demanding.
Like his computer He's a very lazy man.
There was already a news update on about the meteor disappearing. Everyone seemed like they were back to normal, acting again. I wonder if I could just pick up and go. Man, being a captain on a base station would be really cool. There is a 10-year commitment, though. Boy, that's a long time. All of my students would probably think that it would be cool to have their teacher on a base station. I really don't have anything holding me down here except my class, and they could live without me. You know, I might just take that job, Bud said. The job paid good, and I bet it does. It would sure beat what I'm making now.
Like shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of for the work because you like it.
Space for 10 years, then get shit.
I would sure beat what I'm making now. Maybe I should have taken the job 2 years ago.
I should have taken.
Yeah.
God damn.
It seems to be my destiny. You know, I think I'll eat my sandwich and go to class and get a few things together. I'll take another look at Zeus. All the students should be gone by now. David ate his sandwich and went back to school. I had to reinforce that again. He just had to make sure you knew. David did eat the sandwich. We know. We now know. As he was arriving, everyone was just about gone for the day. He went in his room and turned on Zeus. He focused where the meteor was last sighted. He just started staring into space in deep thought for about 30 minutes. You know, most people live their whole life and never get a chance like this. I do love space and everything in it. I always have. I believe I am going to do it. I think I will take this job. David wrote a goodbye letter to his class and went home. The next morning, David got up early and headed straight to Cheryl's restaurant. When he got there, he sat down at his regular booth. Cheryl walked right over and said, "Hey, stranger, how's it going?" "Real good," David replied. "You're not going to believe what all happened to me yesterday." Cheryl, "Oh, what happened?" David, "Well, yesterday, NASA called me and needed me to help with the meteor, so I took the job. Then they went ahead and offered me another job on the USS Lunar Base 1 as the first science officer." "Wow, are you going to take it?" "I do not know. I think I might. I will never get a better offer than this. I always wanted to do something like this, but I never thought I would ever get the opportunity." Cheryl, Isn't that a long-term commitment?" David, "Yes it is. It's a 10-year commitment." Cheryl, "Wow, that is long-term." David, "What do you think I should do?" Cheryl, "I think you should do what your gut is telling you to do." "My gut is telling me to do it." Cheryl, "Then I think you should do it." David, "Do you still want to go out with me tomorrow?" Cheryl, "I wouldn't miss it for the world. Do you want your regular 222? David, "You bet." End of chapter 5.
So, out of curiosity, does it just like list these like chat logs where they're in front of them and
It's structured like a paragraph, but it'll just have their name before the sentence to signify that that's what they're saying.
That's stupid.
It's horrible. It is difficult to read. It is very painful for me. I hope you know what sacrifice I'm going through for this.
Mm-hmm.
I paid for this book. This was $20.
Frosty Ham died for our sins.
You can't see me right. You can probably hear it if I'm just See that? I'm pointing at the book and I'm saying right now, I paid $20 for this. This was $20. I mean, with
I wonder
shipping.
how much money he's actually made on the book.
Probably
Hope not
$20. I'm pretty sure $20. I've never been able. I bought it because I couldn't find anything like but preview pages for it, which led me to believe that nobody bought the book but me.
You should probably scan the entire thing and put it in PDF form.
That's what I want to do. I just don't feel like going through the effort of scanning the pages myself. I'm probably going to pay someone else to
then we
do it.
also have to pay this guy money for these writings.
I know. I'm gonna
hesitate to call them that.
I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to do it to save everyone for it. I will suffer for their sins. That's what I'll do. I'm Moon Jesus.
Jesus, Ham.
All right. Chapter 6: The Crew. David grabbed the paper and ate his breakfast. He told Cheryl he would see her tomorrow night at 7 and they would go out and eat somewhere. Cheryl had a big smile on her face and said, "That sounds great." David said, "I will see you then," and went on to work. He finally arrived at operations at NASA and everyone was just changing shifts. Kim was just arriving too and said, "Good morning." David, "Good morning." Kim, "I have already checked. There has not been any more flashes of light last night or our alarm would have went off. I guess we might be out of the woods." David, "I think we are too." Kim, "Well, did you decide yet about the job on USS Lunar Base 1? David, "I think I'm going to take it." Kim, "All right. I bet you will love that job." David, "I hope so because it's a 10-year commitment. The only thing I do not like about everything is that my shuttle goes off on October 31, which is Halloween." Kim smiled.
October 31. He doesn't say October 31st. Just October 31.
It says October 31. I mean, in the first page, what was it? It was like... Let me go get... It says
What the
Where-
fuck was that?
Yeah, on the first
It's
page.
like, was that just a crescendo of happiness?
I thought
Yeah, I
everyone
guess
was
it
just
was.
gonna ignore it for a moment, but
But yeah, on the first page it says Oct 27.
Oh yeah, I did. Like, is it like, is it October? Is it an octopus? What is it?
Octopus 20. This 27th octopus. All right.
also, why does Cheryl always have such a big shit-eating grin on her face? What's she so happy about?
I don't know. She's constantly grinning.
She
needs to stop
just
the shit.
loves eggs. Okay, that's all it is. She
Maybe she
fucking
just,
loves eggs.
Like Botox injections, so it always looks like she's smiling.
Maybe. I mean, that's that makes sense. Kim smiled some and said, you're right. I never thought of that. I think that would bother me too. Why would it bother you guys? I don't understand what horrible thing happened on Halloween that causes it so that shuttle launches now are like, they have bad luck because of some event that happened on fucking Halloween. I don't get it.
Well, okay, last year they tried to dress up their ship as Dracula.
Oh, yeah.
But any vampire, it's for the ship, not... So, like, the entire event is ruined.
Yeah, that
You
sucks.
Have Dracula hands.
Yeah, you
It
keep
sucked all
cutting
the
out.
cheese out of the moon.
Yeah. Okay. David calls Bud, and Bud answers the phone. Hello. David, hey, it's me, David Bramer. I just wanted to call and tell you that I have decided to take the job on USS Lunar Base 1. Bud, hey, that's great. They really need you aboard. You will have a good crew aboard the USS Lunar Base 1. Nobody asked your fucking opinion, Bud. Nobody likes you. God. Well, I guess you need to talk to Admiral Benson. I will call him in a couple of minutes and set everything up, and you can talk to him today sometime. You can make arrangements with him. He'll probably want you to go and pack what you want to take with you and report to your new home, the Lunar Base 1. Hey, David, let me get on this. I will get back to you in a little while. David, okay, I will catch you later. Kim, let me set up the layout of the Lunar Base 1 on the computer, and you can check out your new home. It is actually a pretty elaborate space station. It has everything on board that a small city has, including a couple of bars on board and also a couple of shopping malls. What the fuck would you buy on the moon?
Why would you buy it on the
This
moon?
makes sense.
What do you even? What's the point of? Why would you have money on the moon? What is it? I don't get it. Anyway,
But
a
They
basket.
don't even have stuff on the moon.
a
do they?
a basketball court. There is even a small farm on board. You have everything there that you need. You are totally independent. No, he isn't. He's dependent on this. He's in space. Anyway,
You can't go off on your own in space.
David, cool. I will check this out. I might as well get to know my new home. As David went through the Lunar Base 1 program, he realized that this base station did have a lot more extras than he thought. It did have everything a city has, including a full-size hospital and staff.
why does this
Why?
feel the need to state everything?
It also has a full-size observatory. Okay, it is a space station. I would imagine it would
It
probably
also
have
has a
that.
jacuzzi.
Which I cannot wait to look at. I will bet it is nicer than anything I am used to. Hey, look, here these ships even have weapons. We got a laser and missiles and rockets. Wow. She is also very nicely decorated and very classy looking, too. Look here, this baby has got 5 shuttles, also armed with lasers and rockets. All of a sudden, the phone rings. David answers the phone. Hello. Admiral Benson. Hello, Mr. Bramer. This is Admiral Benson. I was just told by Mr. Walker, director of NASA, that you have decided... Wouldn't he know that he works for NASA? Whatever. That you have decided to take the job of first science officer aboard the USS Lunar Base 1. Is that true? David, yes, it is. I was hoping I would get to talk to you today about this. Admiral Benson, yes, as soon as Bud told me about you, I called right away. 2 of our crew members were hurt in an automobile accident, and we just got orders to leave Space Dock as soon as possible from the White House. What? There's a Space Dock at the White House? What? Okay. In addition, we are not coming back for a very long time. Are you sure you want to go? David, yes sir, I have made up my mind. There is no turning back now. Admiral Benson, okay then, welcome aboard. The last shuttle takes off at 0900 on Monday morning. By the way, do you realize that Monday was Halloween? David, yes, I know. It does bother me a little bit. Admiral Benson, you have until then to change your mind. You are going to have to be here a good 24 hours earlier for launch preparations and a quick health checkup. Well, yeah, you don't just show up to a shuttle launch. Then after that, the only thing
Why would they do it like a couple days before? Like, what if they're like, "Oh, you have high blood pressure and cancer"? This probably isn't a good idea.
Then after that, the only thing you are going to see is the stars. He's gonna punch him in the face. Don't worry, I'll be there right alongside of you. With a question mark. That's my flight too. David, great. The truth about it is I am a little scared of that shuttle launch to the base station, especially on Halloween. Please explain! Exposition! Exposition! Okay, but I think I will be alright after that. Admiral Benson, good Captain Bramer, because you and I are going on one hell of a ride Monday morning. Trick or treat. Trick or treat. Like this is what he just said. You and I are going on one hell of a ride Monday morning. Trick or treat. I will show you wonders you always dreamed about. What? What? I'm reading this. I don't remember reading this. I will show you wonders you always dreamed about. David, that's pretty cool, sir. I can't wait. Admiral Benson, well then, I'll see you around 0900 Sunday for launch preparations. Yes, sir, David answered. I'll see you then. Admiral Benson, okay, goodbye. David hung up the phone. He couldn't believe this was all happening so quick and that Monday morning he was going to leave Earth for a very long time. Kim was watching David and walked over and said, "What's the matter? You having second thoughts?" David, no, not at all. I just can't believe how fast everything going in my life. Kim, yeah, I know what you mean. It isn't every day you leave Earth and go out into space. You know, Bud offered that other assistant science officer job on Lunar Base 1 to me. David, hey, that's great. Are you going to take it? Kim, I don't know. I'm sure thinking about it. I just might. The pay is great. End of Chapter 6.
Wait. I thought Chapter 6 was the sex scene.
No, Chapter 9 is the sex scene.
Oh, okay.
You
mean I have to wait that long to get my porn?
It's soon. It's soon. It's just we're in Chapter 7, and these aren't very long chapters, so...
Actually, I was going to say, like, I'm probably going to head out for a bit.
Okay.
Just go on without me and such.
We'll go on without you. We'll try.
Okay, see ya.
Okay, bye. Get out.
Are we gonna die?
Yeah. Chapter 7. Fate steps in. That is sure a long time to have to leave Earth, David. Yes, I know, but I've made up my mind and I'm going to do it. Kim. I wish I could be as sure as you are. David. I guess I'm ready for a little excitement in my life before I get old and die. You only live once, you know. Nobody's proved that, David. Nobody's proved it yet. Kim. Yeah, I know what you mean. I've been here about 10 years and I've gotten used to coming in every day. But I have always wanted to leave on a big space mission. I only have my father to look after. He can take care of himself. He don't really need me. Then David said, I'm also doing this because I know I will never get another chance as good as this one that pays so well with the rank of captain. You know, I feel like I've been giving a second chance in life, or it says giving, not given, just so you know. I'm reading this exactly as it is. So, you know, I feel like I've been giving a second chance in life, or lived 2 different lives in 2 different dimensions. I can't wait to start it. Hey Kim, there hasn't been any more flashes of light, have there, on the same heading as our meteor was on? Kim, no sir, it looks like we've seen the last of our meteor. Everything looks normal in that area of space. David, you know that sure was weird how that vanished like that. Kim, yes, I know. They're just like, that was kind of weird. Whatever. Giant meteor heading for Earth, or the sun, and just disappears. Nothing weird about that. I thought for sure we were going to see another flash of light on down the road on that same heading. I don't know why. I guess it was the way it disappeared. David, yes, I guess I was kind of hoping that too. But you never really know. You know, I've been looking at the USS Lunar Base 1 on the computer, and this base station's got it all just like you said. This little venture may be better than I thought it would be. It's got all kinds of room on it. It says here that it can even come apart in 3 different independent working sections. in case 1 or 2 sections get damaged or destroyed. That's really incredible. I know I'm doing the right thing. Well, I'll know if you changed your mind if I see you on board. You know, Kim, it's already time to call it a day. Time has really been flying lately. At least it seems that way to me. Hey, Kim, I'll see you in the morning. Have a good evening. Kim, you too, boss. David went home. The whole time he looked like he was in a trance or a state of euphoria. Why? Why was he in a state of euphoria?
Oh man, this impending space.
It's like, oh my god.
So hot.
God, this lunar base one just makes me so fucking hard. Space sticks. Okay. When he got home, he ate a quick sandwich and went to bed. It's like he couldn't wait for tomorrow, so he went ahead and went to sleep as fast as he could. The next morning, he received a phone call. It was Bud. Good morning. How's it going? David. Oh, pretty good. Is everything still on? Bud, you bet. I just called to tell you not to come in today. Instead, take today and Saturday off and get everything in order. You might want to say goodbye to your friends and pack all your stuff you want to take with you. In addition, just bring it with you Sunday morning when you come for launch preparations. David. Okay, no problem here. Bud. Okay, I will see you Sunday morning. Then. David. Okay, I will see you then, sir. Then David hung up the phone and got dressed. Well, I guess I will go eat some breakfast, go to school, and say goodbye to everybody. Then come home and pack. I guess I will go out to eat with Cheryl tonight, and then come home and do some more packing. When David arrived at Cheryl's restaurant, everything seemed to be business as usual. The when David arrived at Cheryl's restaurant was just its own sentence. That's why I paused there.
What is... Never mind.
Just like it was before the meteor came and went. David sat down in his usual seat, and Cheryl came out when she seen David come in. Hey, stranger, how's it going? God, I want to punch her in the face. Jesus Christ. If she says that one more time. I've been keeping an eye out looking for you this morning. Are we still on for supper tonight? David, you bet. I've had nothing else on my mind since we talked about it. I thought we might eat at Red Lobster in Daytona. Product placement. Wait, I don't even know if you like seafood. Cheryl, don't worry, I love seafood, and I love Red Lobster. They have great food there. I haven't eaten there in about a year. This is going to be great. Do you want the usual 222? I would love the 222, thank you. Cheryl, coming right up. Hey, Cindy, would you get this man a cup of decaf, please? Cindy, coming right up. I'll get you a paper, too, okay? David, sure, thank you. It didn't take long before Dave's breakfast was done. All of a sudden, he's Dave now. Cheryl brought it out to him and told him that she had one more order to get out and she would come out and sit with him for a while. David said I would really like that with a big smile on his face. He noticed...
Stop smiling, those fucking assholes.
He noticed his breakfast was perfect looking. Then he said, this breakfast looks good, thank you. Cheryl had a big smile and said, anytime. David went at it. He was...
He went at it.
It just says that. Just, David went at it. When he was almost done with his breakfast, Cheryl came out and sat down with David. David said, this breakfast was delicious. Thank you very much. Cheryl, I'm glad you liked it. Did you make up your mind about the base station job? David, yes, I did. I'm going to do it.
Is this like a script now? I keep hearing you say David and
that's
then
what
her
it's
name
written.
like, each time.
Imagine if a script was just a block of text that's completely unformatted. That's what this looks like.
Huh.
But what I didn't know was that I was going to go so quick. Cheryl, how quick? David, I had to show up at 0900 Sunday morning for flight preparations and a quick health checkup. Then we launch Monday morning on Halloween at 0900. Cheryl, wow, that is quick. End of chapter 7.
So quick.
And this, I forgot, like 8 and 9, like 8 is where the sex scene happens, and then 9 is sort of like where it wraps it up.
Huh.
So yeah, chapter 8. Saying goodbye. Then
Wait,
David,
wait,
what?
wait.
What?
Okay, sorry, I have a condom on. I'm ready now.
Okay.
Wait a minute, what?
He's getting his condom on for the sex scene.
I completely forgot that was coming up.
I had to.
I was like, I know Frog is cool, but calm down.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. Keep
Saying goodbye. Then David said, by Monday Halloween night, I will be sleeping on the base station. Cheryl, man, that is quick. Then David said, I know, I'm still not used to the idea of that yet. Especially because it's Halloween. Please explain this. Fuck, you mention this every single chapter, David, and I still don't understand. Cheryl, you know I just thought about it. You're going to be like Spock on Star Trek. And note, every time it says Spock, it spells it S-P-O-K. Spock. On Star Trek. Wasn't he the first science officer, too? David smiled and said, yes, he was. I never thought of it like that before. You know, I was going to eat breakfast and go.
Wasn't he the fucking captain of the ship?
No, that was Kirk.
Okay,
I think
He was the second in command.
I think he was called the first science officer. I think they called him that, but I don't remember. I'm not a Star Trek fan. Like, I watched like one episode.
It. I'm gonna Google it, motherfucker.
Yeah, Google it. I don't know.
First
Google it, motherfucker.
science officer.
Then spend part of the day there and then go out with you tonight. I think I will spend tomorrow packing everything.
No, he wasn't the. He was a science officer, and he was also the first officer.
Okay.
He's also a Federation ambassador.
Some shit like that. I don't know. I don't know Star Trek. So anyway, then go to NASA for launch preparations. Wow, it sounds like you have it all planned out, replied Cheryl. See, then it goes back to every once in a while, like, replied this person, like, you know, normal writing, and then it's like, nope, back to the script that I just kind of didn't put together properly. Wait, I'm going to get to know you, and then you're going to be out of my life. David, you know you can call me anytime you want on my on his cell phone in space.
In space. You can call me in space, babe.
Cheryl, oh really? David, yeah, and I'll tell you all the latest news. It will be great. Cheryl, alright, that does sound cool. However, it would be better if you were here so we could go out together, though. Although I guess we all have our destiny or fate we can't avoid. David, well, you know I hate to leave good company, but I guess I've got to get moving. I'll see you tonight about 7, is that okay? Cheryl, that's perfect for me. David, I'll see you then. Goodbye, Cheryl, goodbye. David left the restaurant and hurried to his school to say goodbye to everyone. When he got there, he went to the office. When everyone saw him, everybody was bombarding him. It's not like bombarding, it says bomb, then space barding. Was bombarding him with all kinds of questions. After conversing a little, while he went to his class to say goodbye. When he got there, and his class seen him, everyone stopped what they were doing and jumped up and said, "Wait, I thought there looks like there's a period there, but whatever." Everyone stopped what they were doing and jumped up and said, "Hey, it's the professor, David. Hey, everybody. Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to come by and say goodbye to everyone." Then everyone at once said, "What? Where are you going?" Billy stood up and said, "You're leaving us." "Where are you going?" Everyone was stunned. David, "Well, I received an offer I couldn't turn down. Also, I tell you honestly, I'm going to miss all of you." Billy, "Where are you going, Doc?" What kid talks like this?
Where you going, Doc?
Is this like the fucking 60s?
I guess so.
David, wait, it's not the 60s, it's 2048. This is the year 2048, David. Why do your students talk like this? Anyway, well, I'm going to be a captain on the USS Lunar Base 1. All of the class said, "Wow, really?" David, "Yes, I'm going to be the first science officer, and I'm going to be gone for a very long time. We're first going to Mars for 6 months, and then off to Saturn's moon Titan. There we will be for a very long time unless we get orders to go somewhere else." Then the whole class said, "Wow, that's cool." Why does this class say "wow" in unison so often?
Wow! I want to know why this class is so in sync. Are they just...
Yeah, I don't know. Billy, "Hey, you're going to be like Spock on Star Trek." David, "Yeah, that's what everyone is saying. You know, I'm going to periodically call and tell you what we're doing and about anything that's going on. I'm going to donate Zeus to the class, and you can watch us on the monitor here in class. I wanted to come by and say goodbye and get a couple of things." Billy, "Mr. Bramer, when are you leaving Earth and going to the base station?" David, "I have to be at NASA at 0900 Sunday morning for launch preparations. Then Monday at 0900 on Halloween, my shuttle would take off to the base station." The whole class, it seemed at once, said "cool." What? This just I don't get it. Billy, "Hey Doc, if you need anybody else, just let me know. I will go. That would be so cool." David had a big smile on his face and said, wait a minute, it says his name for like the script and then it's in third person saying David had a big smile on his face. And said, "I do not know if they need anyone else, but if you study hard, you never know. I would be happy to have you aboard. You people go ahead and do what you were doing." What do you mean, you people, David? "I'll get a couple of things and be on my way. You know, I'm going to miss you people in this school. I really liked it here. Billy, hey Doc, are you scared of the shuttle launch? David, yes, I sure am. Especially because it will be Halloween. Okay, I will go ahead, get my stuff, and be on my way. David got his stuff and said one last goodbye and went home to pack his stuff and then go out on his date. He picked up Cheryl and went to Red Lobster and had a great meal, and then they went to the beach and parked. David, you know I have not gone on a date in a long time, and you know I'm having a great time. Cheryl, I am having a good time too, and that dinner was fantastic. I am sorry you are leaving. I wish you did not have to leave so quickly. Yes, I know this is a little overwhelming to me too. I still cannot believe I am doing this. Cheryl, I cannot believe it either. Are you sure you don't mind me calling? David, not at all. In fact, I'm looking forward to it. Then David looked at Cheryl with a serious look on his face and leaned into Cheryl, and Cheryl leaned in, and they kissed intently. Cheryl, wow, what was that? David, oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that. Cheryl, no, that's all right. I really enjoyed it. It's just that I haven't kissed anyone in a very long time either, and you know what? I liked it a lot. David, would you like me to do it again? Cheryl got a big, sexy smile on her face and said, you know, I believe I would. She leaned in toward David, and they kissed passionately for about a minute and then stopped.
Then stopped.
And then that's the end of Chapter 8.
So it's
I'm gonna take a break right here.